Good morning, this is Nicholas of Stockview, and this is my differentiation presentation explaining the best practices in differentiated instruction for EDS 8845. Why should teachers differentiate their instruction and assessment? Well, it can help teachers with meeting the needs of all their students with diverse characteristics, meet legal mandates set by the district, encourage ethics in the classroom, and help teachers to become more effective in reaching the needs of all students. Well, what is differentiation? According to Carol Tomlinson, educators must teach with the child in mind, teaching content to students and understanding that not all students will comprehend at the same time or the same way. Look at learning goals and adjust our instruction to fit the students' varied readiness levels and learning modes. Differentiation also includes a diverse range of instructional strategies, curricular activities, lessons, and assessments. It will also accommodate the students' various learning needs, academic abilities, and preferred learning styles. Differentiation should be flexible, based on the assessments, varied, equitable, and collaborative. Teachers and students need to establish clear learning goals. This will allow them to be flexible and to understand the time, materials, instruction, assessment techniques, and other classroom tools that can be used in an assortment of ways to promote success. Pre-test and assessments help craft effective instruction for students to meet the learning goals. Formative and summative assessments help teachers recognize how effective their instruction was and can tailor future lessons for better improvement. A differentiated classroom will utilize the entire class, small groups, and individual explorations. Students with similar academic needs may work together at any point. Students that have the same interest will work together, as well as similar learning styles. In our situation in the band room, of course, students playing the same instrument will work together. But in some situations, students can work with different instruments on different music. They have the opportunity to pick their music that they would like to perform in a small ensemble. They may even pick their performers. This is one unique area that band offers students. The variable groupings that we allow will let the students succeed on multiple levels. Students must work with their teachers for classroom success. They have the information about what works for them, and it is important that teachers analyze their learning needs so they can facilitate the learning process and develop effective instruction. Tasks must be equitable and justifiable to the students. This way, the students will stay engaged and involved in the learning process. Intentional teaching is key in developing equitable tasks. As mentioned before, students are critical partners in the work of classroom success. They hold essential information about what works well for them, and at any moment of the teaching learning cycle, they can make a choice to improve their learning or to shut down. Teachers must have the proper relationships to be able to work with the students, continually involve them in a lesson. It is important that teachers act as facilitators in the classroom and not be one-directional. With students, there are three characteristics that make up differentiation: the student's readiness level, their interest, and their learning profile. A student's knowledge and skill regarding content is readiness. Students' readiness may be influenced by their background knowledge, life experience, and prior learning. Activities that may increase a student's curiosity level or inspire them is considered their interest. If we can determine what a student is interested in outside of the classroom, this can help teachers inspire them in their classroom. A student's learning profile refers to their preferred method of learning new information or skills. It can be environmental factors that influence their learning, and their profile can also be influenced by their identity and culture. Planning for differentiated instruction takes time. Articulate instruction to all students in the band room. The presented content must cover many ability levels, making it seem like the lesson was tailored to each of the students. Examples of delivering the content for the students are sheet music, recordings, videos, and fundamental exercises that reinforce the technique needed in the piece of music being rehearsed for performance. Each student is also seated in sections based on their ability level, which is also a part of the performing the product. When reading the sheet music for the first time, we will vary the sight reading process through air playing and solfege, building a community where students are encouraged to be encouraging to each other and allows the performers to be more intimate with their musical performance. The product will continually be assessed each time an individual performs, and often individual feedback from the instructor is tailored to the student for maximum success. While in the classroom, teachers need to keep expectations high, and if the student meets your expectations, raise them again, because they might have not been high enough. Be sure to know what you are feeding the students, understand the material, and consistently challenge yourself to become a better teacher, communicator, and listener with your students. They will tell you what they need. We all have to listen to them and never give up. The main objective of differentiated education is to ensure that all students learning in the same classroom have an equitable access to educational opportunities and resources, regardless of their abilities and academic readiness. Each student must have the opportunity to meet their needs in achieving a standard set of learning objectives.